What's up YouTube, JM Comics here, and today I'm going to rant a little bit about Godzilla 1998. Honestly, quite the mess of a movie. And before I start, remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below for more sci-fi movie reviews. And let's get right into it. Godzilla 1998 is not a good movie. You do not need me to tell this, just check Rotten Tomatoes. Like, one of the worst scores I've ever seen for both critics and audiences combined when it comes to big blockbuster movies. And this movie is just a mess. It's all over the place. And the problem is, I went into this movie thinking it was going to be a serious monster movie because I saw it on Netflix while I was scrolling through movie options. And I heard this movie, I heard about this movie before. I heard the trailer was misleading. I didn't think that meant it was a bad movie. Apparently, it did. And let's get into, what's wrong with this movie and why it's trash, okay? So first off, the movie kind of opens up with some nuclear testing and like background stuff while the credits are rolling. And I don't like when movies do this. They're like trying to introduce things without actually introducing them. They're just leaving images in the background while we're seeing the credits. And it does not work in this movie any better than it does in any other movies. I'm pretty sure Kong Skull Island opened up the same way. I might be wrong, but I liked Kong Skull Island way more. And in this movie, it just does not work at all. It's already a bad formula, and it doesn't work in this movie because we don't understand how Godzilla was made really. We just see a bunch of lizards on an island and then nuclear testing going on in French Polynesia. So we assume one of the lizards became Godzilla. We kind of know it, but we don't actually see it happen. So I don't know what our dedication to that is supposed to be. How am I connected to this scene? What is the point of this scene being in this movie? And then our main character, Nick Tatopoulos, and all things considered, Matthew Broderick did a pretty good job playing this character. His lines are trash and the script is bad, but I don't think it's Matthew Broderick's fault. I never thought he was a great actor, even in Ferris Bueller or The Lion King, especially in The Lion King. I don't like his voice acting, but in Ferris Bueller he's just alright. I don't think he's a great actor. I don't even think he's that good of an actor. But in this movie, it's not really his fault that it failed. Neither is it any of the other cast. I mean, the actor of Animal, I don't know his name, but the animal camera guy, I don't like him that much. I don't know. I feel like his character is just really cheesy and corny, which works for a monster movie, but this movie can't afford anything else being stupid besides the actual plot. So I'll get into the actual plot now, okay? So the plot is basically the lizard was transformed, and now it's Godzilla terrorizing the whole city of New York and the whole island of Manhattan. And basically Nick Tatopoulos theorizes that there's a nest of eggs. That's pretty much the plot. They go and find the nest of eggs. It becomes Jurassic Park for a while when these baby Godzillas hatch. And then we get a final showdown, which is kind of similar to Lost World Jurassic Park. So pretty much, if I had to sum this movie up, it's kind of a ripoff of Aliens and Jurassic Park and, the actual Godzilla story. And it does really none of it right. The characters are all over the place, like I was mentioning earlier. Nick Tatopoulos' love interest, Audrey, she's really annoying. I just can't stand her. Because, here's the thing. Before this movie started, she had rejected him after he asked her out. After he asked her to marry him, she left him. And then they get back together they meet up again in this movie. And she steals secret government tapes from him and exposes them on the news. She's a terrible person. She's a terrible person, this guy. I don't know why he accepts her at the end. She does try to make things better by showing the world that he's the one who came up with the nest theory. But at the same time, she did all those terrible things to him. So if I was him, I would not take her back. That might just be me, but she's a terrible person. And then the French guy in this movie, I really don't know his name, but he's a French general guy. He's very mysterious, and I think he's actually probably the best character in this movie. The actor who plays him does a really good job. He's a famous French actor. I recognize him from other things. I don't know his name. But he does a really good job in this movie, especially compared to every other character in this movie, even Matthew Broderick. So yeah, he's the best character, and the actor does a really good job because he's funny and mysterious, and he actually feels like he pertains to the plot because he's a member of French Polynesia, or a citizen of French Polynesia, who's trying to make up for the crimes that he and, I'm assuming it was he, but his country has committed in creating Godzilla. So his character actually makes a lot of sense in this movie compared to news reporter, scientist guy, whatever. Speaking of actual Godzilla, the CGI in this movie is probably the worst CGI I've seen in a while, probably since the old Star Wars movies, the prequels. And it's just really, really ugly. I'm sorry. The Godzilla design itself isn't even good. It's not like the CGI is trying to convey something and it just looks bad. The thing it's trying to convey is a really poor design. It looks like those Dimorphodons on Jurassic World, but without the power to fly. Because he has a really big bottom jaw, and it's just really jarring and disgusting. And his legs, for some reason, are really long compared to his arms, and they just seem way too long. And additionally, not many people die in this movie, which is really stupid for a Godzilla movie. I'm not asking for every main character to die, but I'm asking for the mayor, the general, I don't know, even the animal guy. I find Animal would have died like 3 times in this movie. And the first time they faked this out because Godzilla supposedly stomped on him, but he was really between his toes. The second time, one of the babies tried to eat him or something, and the third time, he got out of the car during the taxi scene, and he survived. I don't understand why they keep baiting us of killing him off and don't kill him off. I like him as a I don't like him as a character, but I do feel kind of some pity for him as a character. I don't want him to die, but if you're gonna bait us with that the whole time, then just kill him off. Stop messing with us. And yeah, I think the mayor should have died in this movie. They're clearly setting up to die. They were setting up the news reporter guy to die, the main news reporter, like the owner of the news station, because he was a pervert to Audrey. So they're basically setting him up to get killed, and he did not get killed. So this movie sets so much up and just does not commit to it. Additionally, Godzilla is barely in this movie. I feel like the movie is mostly just the humans and their stupid drama with each other. Godzilla shows up briefly in the beginning of the movie. A lot in the middle. He dies in the middle, and then his babies start hatching, and then for some random reason, he's back at the end. I don't know if that's the same Godzilla or like one of his babies grew fast. I'm assuming it's the same Godzilla, but that's really, really stupid. What else is there to talk about in this movie? The tone is all over the place. It feels like it's trying to be funny sometimes, trying to be serious, trying to be scary, trying to be corny. Like, I don't understand what they're trying to go for here. Is this a monster movie or a rom-com? Like, is this a mystery movie or is this an action war movie? Like, what am I watching? The military in this movie basically does nothing. Like, not even the general guy dies. Like, the main general. Which, I mean, he's a good person, I guess, but like, where's the stake? Where are the stakes? Where's the action? Yeah, for real, where's the stake? Like, this movie's just so bad and it's so tonally incoherent. It doesn't know what it wants to be. And the trailers of this movie completely missold it. I think they're trying to go for like a horror movie vibe or like a scary monster movie. And this was not a monster movie. Like, it may definitionally be a monster movie, but it's not a monster movie in vibe or tone. Or even plot. Like, I haven't seen the 2014 Godzilla movie, but I know for a fact it's gotta be better than this. I mean, Percy Jackson's King Kong is a masterpiece, and then you have something like this that's just absolute garbage. And it's worth mentioning at the very end of this movie, they try to set up a sequel, which they really think a sequel was coming with this horrible CGI, the terrible characters, and the lack of an actual story. Did they really think a sequel would be made? Apparently they do. So, also, I just remembered, okay, so the French guy's name is, I just looked it up, is Jean Reno. He's a really great actor. I think he's the best part of this movie. And I do like that his squad gets killed. At least someone dies in this movie. Some people die. And let's talk about the baby Godzillas for a second. The baby Godzillas are a complete ripoff of the aliens, of the movie Aliens, Alien, and the eggs in those movies. And the Velociraptors in the first Jurassic Park. Like, the only reason they had them is because Jurassic Park came out in 1993, 5 years earlier. And they wanted to cash in on that. Same with the final fight where they're like in a taxi evading Godzilla. It's basically the Lost World, like the last half of the Lost World, which I'm not sure if that came out before or after this. I'm gonna assume before. And either way, Lost World did it better. So this movie can suck it because it's bad. So in terms of entertainment, I'll give this movie a solid, probably a C. I mean, it's not boring. I didn't enjoy watching it, but I was entertained watching it. It's funny enough. It's corny enough to be like a fun monster movie to watch with like your friends or whoever you want to watch it with. It's just a fun movie to make fun of. But like as an actual movie, it's trash. Okay, so in terms of a quality scale, I'd give it a 1 out of 10. Okay, the only thing that saves it is Jean Reno and his acting. Everything else in this movie is trash. Okay, and but I recommend watching this movie. No, unless like I said earlier, you have a friend you want to watch it with, a companion you want to see this with, and make fun of it with. But besides that, it's trash. Okay, do not watch this movie. And it's on Netflix right now. Just avoid it like the plague. Go watch Godzilla 2014. I bet it's better. And with that being said, thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment down below. JM Comics, out.